Okay guys, my name's Graham. I'm here to do a review today on the Lightheart Gear Duo tent. Lightheart Gear Duo tent. 1.2 kilos, including stuff sacks, ridge rest and carbon fibre veranda pole. Look, I've used this tent now a few times and I'm very impressed with it. I've used quite a few tents over the years, mainly for hiking now, so the weight is a big thing for me. I do not like carrying heavy tents, but I don't feel like I have to make any sacrifices with this tent. So let's see how long. It's pretty quick to put up. I usually use a ground sheet, but just for today we'll put it up without. Yeah. So first thing, we just peg out the four corners. Actually, ground's very hard. Okay, once they're pegged out, the next step is I always use hiking poles on mine. I always use hiking poles anyway when I'm hiking, so that was one of the reasons why I went for this tent. Because then I've only, a lot of tents, when you include the poles, you're up around the 2+ kilos. So this tent, 1.2 kilos. Hiking poles are about half a kilo, but as I say, I use them anyway. Now, this is our ridge rest. And there's a couple of Velcro tabs here, which it just wraps around. So it just sort of secures it in place so it doesn't slip around. And then all we do is, you don't even have to actually hop in the tent, but you can if you want to. So these actually slide in to the end of those, if you can see that, into the ridge rest like that. And that, when that's in, it stays, it's very secure. I've just pulled this out now, so. Okay. So, slide that one in. And then the other one. Okay, that's it. So from that point, we grab our carbon fibre veranda pole, which weighs about 1 ounce, believe it or not. Super light, plenty strong enough. And this just clicks in there. Let's have a look here. Okay, now I normally, when I'm sleeping for the night, I normally leave it in that position. Lots and lots of ventilation, and the only other piece we've got to put out is the back, little vestibule at the back. Once again, that ground's a bit hard, I'll just and the only other thing is on the ends here, we put another couple in just to pull it out a little bit. They don't have to be tight now. You can see here on the ends, we just pull that down and that lifts that bathtub floor up nice and straight. Which is great because not many tents have that nice vertical bathtub floor that's at least 6 inches high. Keeps all the water out really well. Now, and then we also have on this tent some great ventilation. Little pole there just holds that up. I don't really have too much problems with condensation with this tent. It is a single skin tent only on this section here. Obviously on the sides you've got the mesh and the screening and the roof area like a normal tent. This section in the middle is single skin, 100% waterproof. I've never had any water come through. Now, under certain conditions, if you have a lot of moisture, you do get a little bit of condensation on the inside. Not a problem, most tents do. You can alleviate most of those problems by having good ventilation, but in some certain conditions you will get a little bit of condensation, and I find to solve any of those problems is I have a little micro towel. Give it a quick wipe on the inside and you're good to go for quite a few hours in those conditions. I did have one night where I had a little bit of condensation building and then it started to rain heavy, and the droplets of rain were actually dislodging the condensation on the inside, but I thought for a minute, gee, this tent's leaking, but no, it was just the heavy rain droplets were dislodging the condensation droplets on the inside. So a quick wipe with a micro towel and it was good for 4 hours. So I think I did it once more during the middle of the night, but very, very small problem. But now I'll show you the inside the tent. As you can see, there's a lot of room in this tent. Measures about 100 inches by 55, so it's plenty for two. I've had a lot of two-man tents that really are just enough for one person, but this tent does too easy, but I tend to sleep in it just by myself. And you can see there how that ridge rest works with the hiking poles. There are little velcros down the bottom there that I haven't attached to the bottom of those poles, just to make sure that you don't knock them. Have a couple of little pockets there each side, a pocket each side to put your keys or whatever in. But having it 100 inches long or about 2.5 meters, gives you plenty of room to put your pack at the back or front, whatever. You can easily fit 2 people in their packs in here. So it's a real bonus. I don't know of any other hiking tents that are this long. So if you're an extra tall person, 6'6" or whatever, you'll easily fit in this tent. And with that weight of 1.2 kilos total trail weight, that's a real bonus to me. Not many tents can compare, I don't think. And you've got great ventilation. You can see that's where I've pulled out the ends of the tent there. The ventilation on the top. You've got a rear vestibule, which is only small, but you could probably fit a small pack in there or a couple of pairs of boots. Okay, so it's in that storm mode now. Storm mode position where you pull the 2 flaps in, but you can still easily get into the tent, so I don't tend to have it in this position much because I've never really needed it. In the normal position it keeps all the weather out anyway. You can fold these up if you choose, if it's pretty warm. So how's that for ventilation? And we've also got on the back okay, so that gives you an idea on the ventilation side of it. Now you can see just how much room that this Lightheart gear duo tent really does have. I've just put in my sleeping mat, which is about 6 foot by 500 mil, so 1800 by 500 mil, and you can see how much room is left. There's at least a couple of feet left on the end. So you can fit easily 2 mats in there. So if you're quite a large person, you've got no problem at all. But I generally sleep within about like that, and so there's no way my sleeping bag or anything will touch the walls or roof. There's lots of room for me. This Lightheart duo tent has got a lot to offer the hiker who's looking to save weight. 1.2 kilos with all that room, I don't think you can beat it. I know they make a smaller version. They say, I think it's the Solo, yeah, I think it's the Solo. It's basically the same, except the ends come in to about 30 inches instead of 55. Same width in the middle, but look, for the extra couple of 100 grams of weight of one banana or something, you're much better off having this extra room, I think. 1.2 kilos is very respectable for a tent, total weight, including pegs, stuff sacks. Yeah,